Hey everyone, just thought I'd make a bit of a rambling video about men and the loss that men feel after a separation or during a separation, I suppose. A bit of background on myself. So I'm 45, male of course, currently in the middle of a divorce involving children. So it's a bit, as you can imagine, it's a bit up and down. Some days are good, some are bad. I think it's that feeling of loss. So I've been married for 23 years, which is basically more than half my life. But I think you get that sense of loss, but you also get that sense of anger, because you think, that's 23 years of your life that you're just going to now throw onto the scrap heap. And there's that sense of fear, because now you need to move on and create something with your life, actually do something with your life. You don't have that second person now to watch your back. Not that I think the other person really watched my back. They probably watched more their own back, but that'll come later, I suppose. I think, in terms of my own divorce, I get the feeling that, I did everything I could to create a good home, a good house, provide money, money for holidays, money for PlayStations, money for school books, kids' books, and I think the children turned out pretty good. But looking back, you now see that you were just a victim of, I shouldn't say a victim, but you were manipulated by, or I was manipulated by by my soon-to-be ex-wife to, you're a bit pushed down, I suppose, and, just expected to provide. I remember she'd always tell me that she always wanted to be treated like a queen. And I suspect that she is probably some sort of borderline narcissist, very self-centered, never really worried about anything unless it directly impacted her positively or negatively. But the fact still remains that, we still had the odd good time, interspersed with probably a lot of bad times, or neutral times probably. So anyway, I suppose I wonder if men don't suffer, well, men probably in my position, where you don't realise it until you sort of open your eyes and see what sort of a crappy relationship you're in. Maybe we suffer from some sort of Stockholm syndrome, where we just want to please our captors and really just want to appease them so that they don't keep hurting us. Because there has been a lot of hurt where, you look back and now that you've finally seen the light, you can see there was episodes where everything was done purely for, the wife's gain. Some of the things you've done, you thought, I really hated doing this, but I'll do it anyway because it made her happy. Other things that you want to do that she didn't want to do, that's fine, you did them on your own. So it's always been a bit one-sided, I suppose. But now that you're at that tail end, you still feel that sense of loss, that sense of, what do you do with yourself now? 45 years old, middle-aged. What does a man do? I'll have to move out probably in the next couple of months. Get some money together, find a place to live, bring all my stuff with me. Well, not to have a lot of stuff, it's mainly books, really. Books, computer. I managed to scrounge up a mattress, all my clothes, but you really just wear clothes, so. Because I think you're at that point now where I just need to get away, where being here close to someone who obviously doesn't want you around is negatively impacting my mental health, and I feel that too, that I need to get away and get my own space and start to get some closure on this whole episode. I think my ex-wife sort of wants to keep contact, but I actually don't know if I can. I think I'd rather just never ever see her again. You know, never have to hear about whatever it is she's doing, going camping or blah blah blah. Just yeah, just never have to deal with her. If I ever see her in the shops, I'll probably just turn around and walk the other way. It's probably just about trying to pick up your life and put the pieces back together, and because she'll be fine. She'll be getting a nice fat alimony check, of course, or I can't remember what we call it here in Australia. We call it child support. So she'll of course be well taken care of, even though we'll have 50% custody each of our youngest child. You know, it'll be. I still earn so much more than her that I have to pay her a pretty decent amount. So once again, she'll be able to just kick back, relax, soak up all the benefits. And I suppose that's what angers you as well, that after doing all of this, paying all the bills, you still end up paying all the bills. So maybe I should have just stayed put, jumped back into the matrix and, you know, live this hobnob life, because I suppose the biggest fear is that if you get out and your life actually doesn't get better, then, you know, what's the whole point? How do you make your life worthy of living? You know, now that you've broken free from this tyranny, you know, you've been subjected to other people's expectations and wants and needs. You need to find your own wants and needs now, and I suppose I feel like I don't even know what they are. Like I actually don't know what I want anymore in life. It can be very. It is pretty depressive. I mean, I think I've suffered from depression many years, and I actually put part of that down to my marriage, where I think you get some sort of cognitive dissonance where you realize stuff is crap, but you can't quite put your finger on what it is, and it turns out that it's actually your marriage that is crap, that's causing you to feel bad. You know, it's a pretty, you know, mind-blowing, earth-shaking realization when it turns out that, you know, the one thing in your life that you thought was the constant is actually got massive cracks in it, and you thought it was a diamond, it turned out to be a piece of shitty coal or something. So yeah, it really makes you lose your footing. You're no longer grounded. You're bobbing like a coconut in the ocean somewhere. You're just waiting for land, I suppose. But I've gone to see psychiatrists. I've gone, and it's funny because once I described my situation at home, even I saw one last year, so 2014, and I don't know if it was really kosher, but she actually told me that I should probably get a divorce because it sounds like my wife was like, you know, very controlling, and you know, probably she said she possibly had some sort of, you know, borderline narcissistic. Was it NPD disorder? And this year I swapped to another psychiatrist, and she roughly said the same thing. Like she said, I made a lot of progress this year, so I probably used to be really, really anxious and agitated and depressed, and as I've just progressed through the sessions, and also just trying to sort my own mind out, I think I've gotten a lot better. Now I suppose you could say, well, that's probably depends on what you told her, isn't it? I mean, if you told her that your wife's a controlling, maniacal bitch, then obviously she's going to say that. But I mean, I've actually tried to be quite impartial. I mean, I'm no saint either. I know there's things that I don't do or do that, probably aren't up there in terms of, high morality, but just trying to be totally impartial. I always try and be myself, so I try and be the same person that I am ordinarily when I see the therapist. I have no reason to go there and lie and make things out to be better or worse than what they are. Because I'm actually there to try and get some honest help. I mean, I don't want them to tell me something that I want to do. I want them to actually assess my situation as trained professionals and offer me advice and give me give me a plan to work to. And so it's anyway, this was I can't remember where I started now, but I know I've gone off on a couple of tangents so far, and it's really just about me trying to. Sorry, I'm lying on the couch, so I'm yawning and stretching. I suppose instead of me writing a journal, I prefer just to speak it all out and just let it gush forth. Probably no real benefit than my own. I mean, this will probably be posted to YouTube. I don't know if anyone will ever be able to make it all the way through these ramblings of mine, but I suppose at least I've said my piece, and they exist on a medium somewhere. And in a way it is a bit like therapy, where you get to say your piece. And I suppose I get more and more confident. I'll hopefully these ramblings, these musings on my life will get better, more coherent. I might even have become like some of the other really good YouTubers and put up nice graphs, and I'm not just saying that you can actually make it interesting and actually give something back. This is probably a very very selfish recording for me, simply to vent my spleen and get my thoughts and feelings out there and just get them out of my head, which is, I think like most people, I think like most men, your head is always analysing, number crunching. It's always, rethinking and redoing, rejigging calculations about your life, how to be, how to act, how to speak, how to do something, how to dress. And sometimes you just need to do a bit of a memory reset and get rid of some stuff, and hopefully other better things will come in and take their place. So I might make another one today, but like I said, for anyone who makes it this far, congratulations. It's you probably, like me, you probably just put this on when you were doing the dishes and thought, oh, what's this guy on about? But anyway, I'll talk to everyone later on. All right, see yas.